Now, the authentic list of candidates who emerged during the senatorial and House of Representative primaries in Akwa-Ibom State may have been swapped by the leadership of the All Progressives Congress in the state, and that's according to a recent report by Arise News' sister platform, This Day newspaper. The report also says that while those who emerged through the election, which was monitored by the Independent National Electoral Commission, are now left in the lurch, the party, in breach of the law, has uploaded a different list on the website of the electoral umpire. But as we strive to clear the air on that development, we're now being joined by the All Progressives Congress candidate for Eket Ona Esit Ibeno Federal Constituency, Honorable Eseme Eyiboh. Honorable, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.
I am quite pleased to be with you this afternoon.
And we're quite pleased to have you. So can you tell us why there is a difference in, I mean, you already heard the excerpt that I read, but in case you missed it, I said that the list of the candidates who emerged through the election monitored by INEC is different from the list that was of candidates that was uploaded on the website. Hence, it appears the APC might be in breach of the law. What do you have to say to this?
I am here as a witness to the truth, to enlighten the public and enrich our democratic culture. I can tell you the party has a responsibility of statutory notice to INEC for the conduct of its primaries. In this case, the All Progressive Congress gave INEC the 21 days statutory notice for the conduct of its primaries all over the country. And in fulfillment of such notice, the state chairman of the APC, Obong Steve Ntogokbo, formally wrote to INEC on the 9th of May 2022, which INEC acknowledged receipt on the 24th of May 2022, on the issue of the designated places, the venue and the time for the conduct of the governorship and State House of Assembly primaries. Then on the same 19th, another letter was sent to INEC, which INEC acknowledged on the 28th for the venue for the conduct of senatorial primaries. Then on the same 28th, the same party wrote to INEC, the Secretary of Independent National Electoral Commission, stating the venue for the conduct of House of Representative primaries. That is in compliance with the law. And having done that, the political party cannot on its own begin to go to INEC to go and enforce the administrative process or the bureaucracy of detailing and directing INEC personnel to supervise such primaries. It is statutorily required for the party to inform, to notify INEC of those activities. And INEC has a responsibility to engage its internal administration to now go into effect this. Now, where the problem comes is very simple. Now, when this was done, the party constituted the committee for the conduct of the primaries. And in the constitution of the officers for the conduct of the primaries, they were directed to the same venue and for the same time as was communicated to INEC. The resident electoral commissioner in Akwa-Ibom State now decided to, instead of going to the venue, which was 6 Eyiboh Street, where it was communicated to INEC, he decided to go to Shea Grace Arena. Shea Grace Arena is never found in any of the correspondences of either INEC or the party. It was his own creation. He decided to go there. Now the question somebody will want to ask is this: is it INEC or the political party who has a responsibility to designate and direct on the venue and the time of the conduct of the primaries of a political party? The answer is not INEC. Now, can INEC therefore, on its own, decide to go to a venue other than one the political party informed it, entered into a correspondence with it, are they supposed to do that? The answer is no. Now, in event that INEC or its representative have so chosen out of personal frolic and decide to go to a venue other than the one was contained in the statutory notice, can the political party be punished for that? Answer to my own considered opinion is also no. So, the primaries in Akwa-Ibom State was conducted in substantial compliance with the statutory notice and the electoral acts as it were. Now, the other issue now came. The resident electoral commissioner, he's saying that he recognizes a particular officer of the party as the legitimate person, of the party. And of course, in the eyes of the law and morally, where he went was simply a meeting of a political association, okay, which he chose on his own.
Let me just briefly interrupt you for a minute. It came as a surprise to most Nigerians. It came as a surprise to most Nigerians when the APC submitted the name of Senator Godswill Akpabio for Akwa-Ibom Northwest Senatorial seat. Most Nigerians, or shall I say all Nigerians, know that he contested for the presidential primary, not the Senate. Now, when did this primary that produced Akpabio, when did it hold? Was it monitored by INEC? What becomes of people like Eyiboh and Udom who say that they also won the primary?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking that question, believing that you are satisfied with the earlier explanation and the legitimacy of the primaries of the National Assembly, the governorship, and the State House. Now, here is a letter again on the 7th of June. Notice for the reconduct of the primary election in Akwa-Ibom State. This is signed by Senator Eyiboh Omisore, the secretary of the party. Notice for the reconduct, not a rerun. There's a difference between a rerun. When it is a rerun, it must have not been in compliance with the extant regulations or compliance, with the guidelines of the party. But they are saying reconduct. Reconduct must have been necessitated by the occurrence of either a security issue or as may be considered by the party. Now, there is a notice for the reconduct. The notice for the reconduct of the primary, which was sent to INEC on the 7th of June. And this one, 7th of June too. Then here you have a notice sent on that same date to the Secretary of the Commission, venue for the reconduct of primary elections in that Akwa-Ibom State, till that senatorial election. So, first and foremost, we must clear the fact that it was the issue of a reconduct and not the issue of a rerun. That's number one. Then number two, because it was a reconduct, the party constituted a panel to conduct that particular reconducted exercise. And the panel went with all the paraphernalia, the items and everything associated with the conduct of a political party's primaries. When I conducted it, now the next issue you want to ask, you will be worried about is, was this reconduct, did it fall within the stipulated time permitted by INEC for political parties to conduct its primaries? The answer is yes. It was within the confines of that period. So anybody, as long as you submit yourself to the progress, the political party has a responsibility to choose, either through screening or whichever internal mechanism it decides to, who should be an aspirant and run for its election. In this case, Akpabio was screened and he was given a go-ahead to contest because the reconduct was still within the time frame given by INEC. So I don't think there was anything wrong with that.
Okay, well, that is...
Yes.
Yes, no, we are listening to you, and you have certainly come very well prepared with printouts. But speaking of forms, when did Akpabio actually purchase the forms for the ticket? Was it before he bought his presidential form? Or was it after?
No. I can tell you so that you are not in this matter. So I am going to, like I told you, I am coming as a witness to the truth. Now, within the window of the conduct of the primaries of any political party for that matter, the political party has a responsibility. It can say the form will start selling from 1st to 31st. It can, on the 31st, extend. It has a prerogative to extend the date and the duration for the submission of the form.
And so are you saying that the sale of form was extended just because of Akwa-Ibom? Let's be very clear, so that there are no misunderstandings.
I'm giving you the discretionary powers of the party in the conduct of its own primaries. You know, so it can open its portal, it can sell its form within the stipulated time. And in this case, Akwa-Ibom bought the form within the stipulated time. And no law forbids him, having attempted the presidential primaries, no law forbids him from contesting any other office insofar as such contest is within the allowances of the law. And he's not contesting the previous election, the previous position in another political party. That's where it is. And it's right.
Okay, so now you have your paper trail. Of course, those that you're not pleased with have theirs. I'm just wondering, what will be the fate of those who were not validly elected but appeared on the list? Could we be in for an array of, legal battles?
No. See, the issue is that there is no legal battle there. By the principles of law, a volunteer deserves no remedy. If somebody bought a form to run for primaries in APC, the political party, and the political party constituted electoral panel, designated a place for that contest to take place, and you now decide to, instead of going to the Arise station to go and participate in the process, you decide to go to this day premises to go and wait. And then somebody comes out in this day to come and announce to the world that the primaries that was conducted at Arise, these were the results of the people. That is not correct. The principle is very clear. The political party has a responsibility to conduct its own primaries within the confines of the law. And in this case, APC has fulfilled the righteousness of it, having sent to the INEC the statutory notice, having sent the primaries, constituted a panel to now look into the primaries, constituted an appeal panel, to look at the internal redress in case of a disputation. That has all been done. And having concluded, I can still show you further for the avoidance of doubt. This is a document of the 17th June 2022, which INEC is in receipt of the 22nd June 2022, titled Submission of Reports for the Reconduct of the Primary Election Conducted in the Northwest Senatorial District. What I'm, however, telling you is that we should all learn to be obedient to the law. And now, where the INEC REC, the Resident Electoral Commissioner, where he went to conduct the primaries, INEC, in his own wisdom, as an institution, INEC is a creation and a creature of the law and is bound by the regulations therein. Now decided to write, when this thing was becoming an embarrassment to the institution of INEC, INEC now wrote to his Resident Electoral Commissioner, INEC, Akwa-Ibom State, All Progressive Congress,
Honorable Eyiboh.
Akwa-Ibom Chapter.
Honorable Eyiboh,
yes,
this interview will soon be over, but I have just one more question for you. At the moment, INEC says that APC has no gubernatorial candidate in Akwa-Ibom. And with the recent defection of the former national...
I have explained this to you.
Kindly allow me to speak. According to INEC, the APC has no gubernatorial candidate in Akwa-Ibom. Whether you like it or not, now that's up for debate. But according to INEC, the APC has no gubernatorial candidate in Akwa-Ibom. Now, following the recent defection of former National Secretary of the APC, Akpan-Udre-Edehe, to the NNPC, are you worried that the APC is facing a losing battle in 2023 in Akwa-Ibom State?
I can tell you that the former secretary of APC Senator James Jones Akpan-Ododege is one of the finest in Akwa-Ibom State. He's a reputable gentleman, is somebody I treasure and I owe a lot of respect. But I can tell you that he has only one vote, just like I have only one vote. And I can tell you that the current candidate of APC, let me correct that first, that APC has a governorship aspirant that emerged from that, a candidate that emerged from that process. His name is Obong Akanimo Udofia. He's also a fine quality, standard pedigree, coming from a background of innovativeness and high standard, and he is a good human relation manager. He's an enterprise developer. So he is now the candidate of APC. And I can tell you that he has brought into APC now a new vigor, vitality. He is filled up of innovations. And there is a big drive now among the people, especially the youthful bracket, to come and embrace, you know, the innovativeness this reform-minded candidate is going to bring into the party. And for the last part, I must tell you that APC in Akwa-Ibom State is a party to beat.
Well, we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us and having a discussion with us this afternoon.